We want to convert the equation theta equal 5 pi thirds from polar into rectangular coordinates, and we'll want to enter that equation in the form y equal mx plus b, or x equal a. First of all, let's graph this equation in the polar coordinates. So theta equals 5 pi thirds, so we will swing around here to 5 pi thirds, and because there's no restriction on r, we need to include all r's. So here would be including all of the positive r's, and then we need to go back through the pole to include all the negative r's. So we can see indeed it is a line, and we're going to figure out the equation of that line then in rectangular coordinates. So let's start with theta equal 5 pi thirds, and we are going to take the tangent of both sides. And now that we have the tangent of both sides, I can simplify this side. It's a unit circle value, and we know at 5 pi thirds, if we were on the unit circle, this would be the point 1/2 and negative square root 3 over 2. And so tangent would be sine theta, which is negative square root 3 over 2, over cosine theta, which is 1/2. And so when we simplify that, we're left with negative square root 3. So this equals negative square root 3. Now the next thing we're going to do so we can get this into rectangular coordinates is we're going to use a quotient identity and express tangent theta as sine theta over cosine theta, and that equals negative square root 3. Now we know that we have a connection between x, y, and r and theta, and that connection is x equal r cosine theta and y equal r sine theta. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by r, and that's legal to do because that's equivalent to 1. But that way I can now get this into rectangular coordinates, because r sine theta is y and r cosine theta is x, and that will equal, that's a negative, it kind of crashed into the square root, negative square root 3. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this in the form y equal mx plus b. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x, and I will have y equal negative square root 3x. And that is the equation of the line in rectangular coordinates. As we look at the line, we can see that it is a line that goes through the pole, and so if we were looking at rectangular coordinates, it would go through the origin. Its y-intercept would be 0, so we see there's no plus b on the end, and we see that it does have a negative slope. Here it is negative square root 3.